to our anxiety-free class. Thank you so much for being here with us today and taking that step into living a happy, joyful life full of ease. My name is Maury Yelvington of Essence of You. I am an intuitive healer and intimacy coach, and I'm so grateful to be here with you. Fiona, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah, cool. So hi everybody. I'm Fiona Rose, and I am an intuitive energy healer and also a health coach. I help people heal their bodies and transform their pain and their trauma into bliss. And we are just so grateful to have you here. And, we're doing this class, one, because we know what it's like to suffer with anxiety. Myself, I've suffered with anxiety most of my life and have learned these tools of how to transform and change all of that. And it's very powerful to have the tools, because once we have the tools, we can maintenance and take care of ourselves, our mental health every day. So we're really excited to have you here. Thanks for watching. Make sure to just, share and be open about yourself during this process. So yay.
Thank you. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. And yes, we're going to be using different healing modalities, part of them some theta healing, some access consciousness. We're going to be using the access consciousness clearing statement. So if you want to know more about that, it's the access consciousness clearing statement.com. You can look that up. It's like a 7-minute explanation, so we're not going to dive into it, but it's all you have to know that it's like a magical wand that we use to erase energy, beliefs and fears and things that are stuck in the body energetically. And all you have to do is say yes in order to receive that. We can't change anything without your permission. So as long as you just say yes and acknowledge and just ready to let go, stuff will shift and change very dynamically, especially right now. So thanks for being here. And Fiona's going to start by leading us into a meditation that's going to take us up to a higher vibration, to theta brainwave, so we can start clearing and healing some stuff.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Maura, I'm hearing a little bit of feedback on your end, so you might want to try grabbing your headphones if you have a chance while I do the meditation. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with breathing. So being in the theta brainwave is being connected to your higher self. It's one of the most powerful brainwaves we can use every day if you'd like. And it's something that I do with all of my clients. So every time before I do a healing with a client, I take them into theta because it allows both of us to be connected to our higher selves. And that allows you as well to receive guidance, wisdom, knowings, and feelings from your true self, from your source, from God, whatever you like to call it. So let's close our eyes, everybody. And we're going to breathe in the nose, out the mouth a few times, connecting breath. Just begin to focus on your breath. Rolling your shoulders back a couple times, feeling your breath going into your neck and your shoulders. Breathing and letting go. Now I invite you to bring your breath to the bottom of your feet. We're going to slow down the nervous system and slow down the heart rate with this meditation. So begin to breathe into the bottom of your feet now. Letting go. Feeling your feet on the ground. Breathing deeper and deeper. And now you're going to imagine that you have beautiful, colorful roots at the bottom of your feet. And with every single breath, you're going to let those roots go down into the earth, beginning now. watching those roots going down, connecting those roots with the rocks and the soil. Allowing your roots to continue to move as you breathe and let go. Deeper and deeper. And now I invite your roots to go all the way to the core of the earth. Connecting today with a crystalline core. Imagine wrapping your roots around the core. Just feeling that energy and that power. And let's take a moment of gratitude for yourself, for showing up today, for doing the work, for being aware, for being conscious. Okay, on the count of 3, we're going to breathe all of this gratitude up and out to the top of the head into a beautiful ball of light on 1, 2, 3, breathing it up. Imagine jumping your awareness into a beautiful ball of light. And now you're going to go beyond your body. So stay connected to your breath. And move beyond. We're drifting beyond the body, beginning to let go of this reality, drifting up, up, up past the sun, past the moon. Letting go. Going now beyond the planets. And moving now beyond the darkness. And moving all the way up into a bright white light. Fully submerge your being in this white light. Feeling the energy shift as you go there. Perhaps you feel sensations or lightness around you. But this is where you meet your higher self and your source. So we're going to take a few minutes to cleanse and clear. So we're just going to use a tool that we use in Access, which is return to sender with consciousness attached. And that's anything that you feel, think, notice, or even maybe holding on to from other people, from the people around you. Any negative energy that you're just done with, go ahead and find that energy in your body. And any of that like stress or anxiety that you're feeling from other people, or even from places or things, just return it to sender with consciousness attached 3 times when you're ready. You can say it out loud or to yourself, but give all of that energy back. And let it go. Okay, good job, everybody. So when you're ready and you feel like that's complete, go ahead and open your eyes and welcome to the call. Welcome to Theta Brainwave and welcome to the Anxiety Free class.
Thank you, Fiona. That was awesome. I'm like floating out there right now. So
Yay,
welcome.
welcome.
Oh,
I just wanted to say that, hi, Rebecca. Thanks for being with us.
hi, Rebecca. Okay, so from this space of infinite being, I want you to connect to your body and ask your body to show you. Well, let's do this first. You can grab a pen and paper, or if you can do mental notes. I want you to ask your body what are the 3 main things that cause anxiety in your life. Okay? So just get a vision or a visual of what are the 3 main things that cause you anxiety. And as you think about these things, I want you to notice when I'm talking about this, where you're feeling it in your body. Where do you feel anxiety in your body? Where do you hold on to anxiety in your body? And we're going to go a little deeper and we're going to ask, what is the trauma that's been creating this anxiety in your body? What trauma is directly related to this anxiety? So everything that is and everything it's bringing up, would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Yes. Right or wrong, good or bad, POD and PAC, all 9 true boys and beyonds. That is the Access Conscious Learning Statement. Okay, so now you have a sense of what's causing this anxiety. So we're going to ask our body now, connect to those places again, ask your body to show you. And we all perceive energy differently. So you might feel it, sense it, hear it, see it. We all do it differently. So just ask your body to show you, where are all the cells that are holding on to the anxiety? And all the situations where the anxiety is lit up and ignited. And all the triggers that trigger the cells to activate the anxiety. So I need to detect all the triggers that your body is holding in order to activate the anxiety. These triggers are set when you are in certain situations in your life. And those are directly related to the traumas and fears that you've experienced in your millions of lifetimes and past lives. Okay? So connect to all of that. And on 3, we're going to ask the cells and molecules to release these triggers and to release anything that's holding these triggers in place, because we have this notion that it's keeping us safe. So everywhere we bought the anxiety is what keeps us safe. Would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Yes. Right or wrong, good or bad, POD, PAC, all 9 true boys and beyonds. I'm going to try to explain this so that your brain can kind of understand, but we're really going beyond your brain and straight to the body. But what happens is we go through a traumatic experience in our life, and then our brain goes, this is really, we went through this traumatic experience. We have to protect ourselves. How do we protect ourselves? We set little triggers to activate things, to send alerts to protect us. It's kind of like when you secure a room with like a safe with lasers, and then we spend our time kind of like weaving in and out of these lasers to avoid the actual problem by avoiding the triggers. Okay, that's kind of how it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect all these triggers. We're going to release them and send them away. And then we're going to hit the core and clear it up, right? So on 3, we're going to find all the triggers, all the cells and molecules that are holding and creating these triggers. We're going to thank them for doing their job, because they've been keeping us safe all this time. And we don't need them anymore because we're ready to heal from the inside out. So deep breath in. And on 3, we're going to release all the triggers, return to sender, to never return to your body or to this reality ever again on 3. 1, 2, 3. And then all the triggers just leave the body. All the cells and molecules that are creating them or holding them in place, they're not needed anymore. ready to let go. And all like projection, expectations, separations, all the oaths and vows that you took in order to maintain this reality, would you please destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right or wrong, good or bad, pot and pack, all nine short boys and beyonds. Because a big part of this is the more we're down, the more we are controlled by this reality, the less we can change in this reality. But the more we clear from our body, the more we release, the more we can change and shift this reality. So it doesn't have to be the way it is, and we can alter it and create the reality we want to see, the body we want it to live in. And so much of what we are experiencing in our body is in order to maintain this reality. The minute we can release and let go of all that stuff, the reality will change. So everything that doesn't allow that, would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Yes. Right or wrong, good or bad, pot and pock, all nine short boys and beyond. Okay, so connect to the body again and ask if there's any triggers left, any anxiety triggers that are left in the body. And I want you to go even deeper. Check for triggers. I want you to check for triggers in the bone marrow, in the lymph nodes, in the skin, in the intestines, and the hair follicles. A lot of times these triggers are hiding throughout your whole body. They can even be a form of AI. So if you're getting a notion that it's AI, we're going to extract all of that and release it, because there's no place for it in your body anymore. You might have agreed to this in the past, but no more, not in this reality. So everything that is, everything it's bringing up for you, would you now destroy and uncreate it all, please? Yes. Right or wrong, good or bad, pot and pack, all nine short boys and beyonds. And I know that maybe this sounds really foreign, or even crazy, these things that I'm saying. Like if that's coming up for you, that's fine. It's because the wording maybe is kind of above, but it doesn't matter. Again, we're going above your brain and your feeling. And I want you to connect to what you're feeling and seeing in your body right now. So even if the brain isn't catching up with what you're seeing and feeling in your body, that is fine. Don't buy into it, okay? Just go with it. Even if it sounds crazy and silly, just go with it. So everything that doesn't allow you to trust your knowing in this process, and just to trust this process, would you please destroy and uncreate it all? Right or wrong, good or bad, pot and pack, all nine short boys and beyonds. Okay, and we're going to release it on 3. We're going to release all the triggers. We're going to release all the triggers and any AI that's facilitating your triggers on 3. I'm going to extract them to never return to your body or to this reality ever again. I'm actually going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it all go. Really witness all this stuff leaving your body, returning to sender. There's no judgment about it. There's no right or wrong. There's nothing you did wrong here. Okay? Everywhere you bought that you're in the wrongness for this, would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Or it's your fault. Any kind of blame or shame that's coming up, the distractor implants, they're not you. Who does it belong to? Return to sender, to never return to your body or to this reality ever again. Right or wrong, good or bad, pan, pack, all nine short boys and beyonds. Deep breath in. Okay.
And I want to add a clearing to that too more. So the question is, and I just want to invite everybody to feel this again too, is anywhere in my body, so just ask in the body, anywhere in the body where I'm operating and functioning from a distractor implant of fear or worry or anxiety. So just feel that. Would you now destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion? Right or wrong, good or bad, pot and pack, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And anywhere where functioning in this reality from distractor implants has become the norm instead of a choice, would you now be willing to destroy and create all of that and let that go?
Yes.
Right or wrong, good or bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Because I feel like a lot of this with dealing with this stuff is realizing that we have a choice. Like we have a choice with anxiety. Like we can either buy into the anxiety and the fear and build on it, like snowball effect, right? Or we can decide to acknowledge it and change it immediately. And then that will prevent us from going into panic attacks or depression or whatever, whatever you do to when you spiral into anxiety. So that's let's actually do that one more time because I can still feel it. So everywhere where we're operating from a distractor implant of fear, worry, anxiety to fit into this reality, would you now destroy and uncreate it times a godzillion? Right or wrong, good or bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Big deep breath. And everywhere where that's your stability, instead of having a choice of another stability, would you now be willing to destroy and create it times a godzillion? Right or wrong?
And everything you bought into that stability would you destroy and uncreate it all, please?
Mm-hmm.
Right or wrong, good or bad, POD and POC, all nine short, boys and beyonds. And the thing is that the spiraling happens because the anxiety is covering the trauma, right? The anxiety is a trigger to the trauma. That's really what's going on. And so what does it do? Instead of dealing with the trauma, it targets the anxiety. So you can focus on anxiety, but not the actual trauma. And so if we connect back to what is the trauma behind your anxiety, and we're going to pull that from the core, then the anxiety wouldn't have a home to exist in. You wouldn't need anxiety as a trigger anymore. Okay? And so that's why the specific situations that cause anxiety in your life are and activate that anxiety button and send you down into a spiral. It's activated from that source. So connect again to your body and ask to show the source of your anxiety. What is the source for your anxiety? What is the traumatic source that's created your anxiety? And from that place, would you please destroy and uncreate it all, everything that's creating this and everything that's allowing this to exist? And everywhere that this is, I like that you use the word spiral because vortex is what's coming to me too right now with this. Okay, so there's this vortex almost that's created by the trauma. So by going into and pulling the trauma out, we're going to destroy those anxieties. So everything that is and everything that doesn't allow that, would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Yes. Right or wrong, good or bad, POD and POC, all nine short, boys and beyonds. Okay, so right now what I want to do is feel into that trauma and what we're going to do is when a trauma happens, so I'm going to take a step back. When a trauma happens, some of our cells that experience the trauma leave the body. And so a lot of times it's really hard to heal the body if we don't have all of us together. Okay, so we're going to get all the cells to come back. So I want you to tune in to the source of this. We're going to call all cells that left the body during the traumatic experience to come back to the body. Okay, so just feel all the cells and molecules coming back. And you can just imagine it or feel it. Okay, and now from this space of wholeness, we're going to ask for this trauma to be released and to be healed. And we're going to bring it up into a big ball of energy in front of us. And maybe this trauma happened millions of years ago, or maybe it happened yesterday. Doesn't matter. Just feel into that. And let it leave the body into the big ball of energy in front of you. And all the cells and molecules that are related, that were holding on to this trauma, we're going to thank them. Thank them for keeping us safe. But now we're moving to choice. We're going to pull it from the core. And as you see it lifting into a beautiful ball of energy, taking with it all the cells and molecules that were holding on to it, we're ready to let go now. We're going to release it together on 5 to never return to your body or to this reality ever again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can move your body a little bit if you need to shift. And let's tune into the body one more time and ask if there's any residue left, any other hidden traumas that we hid in our body in order to maintain this reality. And just as you go through and scan the body, just see them lifting up and leaving and releasing and taking all the molecules and all the cells and all the biomimicry that's been created. Okay, so just let it all leave. And again on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, to never return to your body or to this reality ever again on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is done, it is done, it is done. Deep breath in. Let it go. And so now, I want you to go back to where I asked you to write down, even just mentally, the three things that cause anxiety in your life. So think about them again and just notice if it's feeling differently. If it's lighter, if it's being activated, if it's causing anxiety, like if before you were thinking about it and it was causing from 1 to 10 anxiety, where are we now? Are you down? Do you feel any difference? Can you sense more ease and more peace with it? Or does it feel like it's activating? More ease it's gonna feel. Okay, awesome. So now, from this place, we're going to bring beautiful white golden light from Creator into your crown chakra, into the pineal gland, through all the bars. The bars are just the energetical bars in your brain. We're going to just send beautiful white golden light throughout the whole body, and everywhere that we were holding on to trauma that left now, we're going to fill it with beautiful white golden healing light. Okay, so wherever we took out the AI, wherever we extracted these distractor implants and activators, we're going to send beautiful white golden light throughout the whole body, into the place we experienced the trauma, into the place holding onto the trauma in our body. Fill it with beautiful white golden light and let it heal you from the inside out until all you see is beautiful white golden light running through you, all the way from Creator, through every cell and molecule of your body, and all the way down into the center of the earth. Connect to the energy of creation, which is your essence, the orgasmic energy of creation. Get that beautiful feeling of creation and motherly love. Bask in it. It's orgasmic. Pull it up back through your body, all the way through all the places that need healing through other places that experience trauma. All the way up through the body and out back to Creator. And everything that doesn't allow this healing to occur, would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right around, go to bad, pan, pack, on, and boys and beyond. And I'm going to run some clearings about anxiety just to maintain this, okay? So the first thing that comes up is, what is the value of anxiety for you in your life? What is the value of it? Everything that is, would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right around, good or bad, pan, pack, all 9 short boys and beyonds. And everywhere you define yourself as having anxiety, and everywhere you use anxiety as your excuse to not be in your true self, true power, true feminine. Like, I can't do this because I have anxiety, right? That kind of mentality, all of that, would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Yes. Right around, good or bad, pan, pack, all 9 short boys and beyonds. And everywhere anxiety has been a gift for you. And it's been a gift up until now because you thought you can't change and shift it and you have to be stuck with it. But now that you know that you can change it and shift it and let go of it, so you can be in your own power and you can be the master of your reality, even if that's scary, it's just a choice. It doesn't have to be scary. So everything that is and everything that brings up, would you just turn and create it all, please? Right around, good or bad, all 9 short boys and beyonds. And everything you bought that's wrong about having anxiety, everything you bought that's right about being anxiety, and everywhere you bought that anxiety is bad, and everywhere you bought anxiety is good, would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Yes. Right around, good or bad, pan, pack, all 9 short boys and beyond. Deep breath in. And let it go. And everything that's coming up right now with all these clearings, I want you to bring it all to a big ball of energy above your head. None of it is yours, and everywhere you're brought into it is your own. Would you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Yes. Right around, good or bad, pan, pack, all 9 short boys and beyonds. We're going to release it on 3. 1, 2, 3. To never return to your body or to this reality ever again. On 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to give you the download that you are safe when you're whole and in your power and in your essence. You are this magical, magical being, infinite being that's here to gift and receive and enjoy and experience everything this amazing earth has to offer. And there's no need to hide anymore or live in the past. We're living from this moment on, from the future. So everything that doesn't allow you to be, know, perceive, and receive this, would you now destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right around, good or bad, pan, pack, all 9 short boys and beyond. And all the restrictions, projections, expectations, judgments that you've put on you and on your body in order to maintain this reality the way it is, would you now destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right around, good or bad, pan, pack, all 9 short boys and beyond. How are we doing? Does anybody have any questions? Comment? No. Okay, good. Rebecca, are you feeling relief? Feeling shifts. Good.
Okay. So I think it'd be good to do some tapping. I was already doing some tapping. Some of you were probably noticing. And I think we should do some tapping because we just cleared a lot of stuff and I was feeling like so many emotions that were just flying up. So for those of you that are new to tapping, I know, some of you are going to watch this later. Tapping is just using your fingertips to tap on different parts of the energetic body, and it's going to help clear the energetic imprinting of the emotions. And so I actually really want to go deep into that trauma feeling, because I was feeling that even in myself. I am a survivor of trauma and multiple traumas in my life. And what I've learned from that is that there's like a comfort zone of being in that emotional trauma. So for example, like if we haven't processed our trauma yet, we can easily be triggered back into that trauma by, someone cutting us off in traffic, or drinking too much caffeine, or like, hearing fireworks or whatever it is. Like everybody has different trauma triggers where it could be a sound or a smell or something that triggers your brain to go into trauma mode. And what happens is then the brain spirals again into like fear, worry, anxiety, depression, and then that can lead people down really scary roads, right? And so the trick with this is to acknowledge the trauma fully and completely. Okay. And I was really asking the questions as well while we were doing those clearings, is like, what is the value of trauma? All right. So what is the value? So a lot of us that have survived trauma may feel a sense of, why did it happen? Like, why would such a horrible thing happen to me? Or why would I experience that? Right? Why would I choose that? Sometimes we know, and sometimes we don't know. And what if we don't have to know? What if we don't always have to know why the trauma happened? What if it just happened? And what if we stopped analyzing it? What if we stopped trying to understand the ins and outs of it? What if we stopped blaming it and judging it and criticizing it? What would change, right? What would change in your brain if you didn't have all of that going on all the time, right? Every time you felt a trigger. So we're going to do some tapping, and I really want to invite you to think about, maybe you don't need to understand the trauma fully and completely. Maybe you just need to feel it and let it go. Maybe it's just allowing yourself to be done with it, right? Because like Maura and I know, we work with so many people with trauma, and a lot of times they want to talk about it over and over and over and over again. And it's not that that's bad. It's just that we have a different choice. There could be a different choice. What if we decided we weren't going to feed that anymore, and we're just going to create change, right? So we're going to go through some tapping, and I was really feeling it on the side of my left brain, but you might be feeling it somewhat different.
Can I add one thing real quick?
Yeah.
I just wanted to add that you were saying the question, why am I getting this? But when I shifted the question to what is the gift here, and I know sometimes it's really hard to see traumatic as a gift, but I believe that every experience that we go through in our life, and myself the same, I've went through traumatic experiences, and the minute I shifted my perspective to what is the gift here, trying to find a positive that was created from the situation, I could stop judging it and really let it go, because I was grateful for it. And the minute you're grateful for something, you don't have to judge it anymore. You can't really. And so if you can focus on what is the gift here, what has this given me, what power and strength have I gotten from this experience, it wouldn't matter why anymore. You would just appreciate it. And I know it seems crazy to appreciate your traumas, but that's what happens. So if you can feel the energy of that, see what gift shows up for you with them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like even let's just go to like sexual trauma, right? So like a lot, if you've experienced sexual trauma, you might be asking, why would this happen to me? Why, how, why? But what is the gift that you got from that? Right? for me, that's self-worth and self-esteem. I've learned like self-worth and also expression. You know, the opposite of that trauma to me would be like self-expression. So just ask your body, like, what is the gift? And what is the gift that I'm not getting? And maybe would you be willing to allow yourself to receive that gift now and be done with it? So let's start with like, go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say for myself, it was choosing life. I could choose death or life. And I think it made me really commit to my life and decide that every day is a gift and to live it to the fully extent and not take bullshit from anybody and really live it to the fullest because it's too short and you never know when you're not going to be here anymore. And so to take, instead of giving the abuser the power to still take over my life, quote unquote, no, was a very distinguished, okay, you got this night and that's it. You're not getting any more. I'm going to take my power back and use it for good and live and enjoy life. That was the gift I got from it. And so in a way, it was a very powerful lesson, but it was, I guess, worth it in a way. It's weird to say that, but yeah.
Yeah. And I just want to add that trauma takes, for everybody, it's a different amount of time to process trauma. You know, some people can release trauma in like one session. Some people take 5 years or whatever. But the good news is that, or longer, but the good news is that with these tools you're learning, you can shift it faster. You can have a choice, you know, and that's why we love this work, because it does create change faster than most other modalities that we've learned, including traditional therapy. It's like, we're done talking about it. Let's just clear it. Let's just get to the fucking core of it. So we're fucking done with it. Right. And so, but do be gentle with yourself, because you probably have layers. And if you do have layers coming up, reach out and we can support you, because trauma is interesting. So let's go ahead and process through tapping. So we're going to process here with the tapping points. You can follow along. All you have to do is use your hand, doesn't matter which one, and then breathe and repeat after me. So we're just going to acknowledge the trauma, let it come up in the body, in the brain, in the emotional body. And we're just going to say all of this trauma, it's okay. We're just going to have full acceptance of it. First round, okay? All of this trauma, it's okay. Breathe. All of this trauma, it's okay. 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 Under the armpit, all of this trauma, it's okay. So now that we've opened up acceptance, this next round is going to be releasing and letting go, because we cannot release anything that we are fighting in resistance to. So now we're just going to allow the energy to move through. So all of this trauma, I now choose to release it and let it go. All of this trauma, I am now choosing to release it and let it go. All of this trauma, I am now choosing to release it all and let it go. All of this trauma, I am now choosing to release it and let it go. All of this trauma, I am now choosing to release it and let it go. All of this trauma, I am now choosing to release it and let it go. All of this trauma, I am now choosing to release it and let it go. All of this trauma, I am now choosing to release it and let it go. All of this trauma, I am now choosing to release it and let it go. Shake it out. And so now let's move into like a sense of, it's like forgiveness, right? Forgiveness for you, for the trauma, for whoever or whatever created the trauma in your life. So we're just going to forgive and bring that energy in. So I'm now willing to forgive myself and everyone involved. I'm now willing to forgive myself and everyone involved. Breathe. I am now willing to forgive myself and everyone involved. I am now willing to forgive myself and everyone involved. I am now willing to forgive myself and everyone involved. I am now willing to forgive myself and everyone involved. I am now willing to forgive myself and everyone involved. I am now willing to forgive myself and everyone involved. I am now willing to forgive myself and everyone involved. Let's just take a moment to shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. So what would change, right? What would change if you didn't need trauma anymore? What would change if you just had forgiveness for yourself and for everyone involved? How much more space and consciousness and awareness and creativity and creation would you have if you didn't have this operating? Right? And then there's the anxiety, like Maura said, is just to cover up. It's just a way that we cover up the trauma or the feelings. So everywhere that you're covering up your other feelings with anxiety instead of just feeling it, like for example, anger is a really good emotion to feel. The moment we allow ourselves to feel anger or frustration, we can just acknowledge it and feel it and let it move through us, right? That's the stuff that we can let move through us. But if we cover it up with anxiety, then there's like 2 or 3 layers there of shit to deal with later, right? So everywhere where you're more comfortable with covering up your other emotions with anxiety, instead of just feeling your emotions and letting them move through you, would you now just strain and create a 10-second concilium? Right or wrong, good or bad, pot and puck, all night, short stories and beyond. So let's take a couple deep breaths with that, letting that go. Letting that go. Letting that go. Because in order to be a human who's alive, we also get to feel each and every one of those emotions. That's actually a gift. So that's the gift of being a human, is like feeling anger, feeling frustration, feeling your sadness, feeling then your joy, feeling then all of your love and your compassion and your forgiveness. But I think a lot of times in our society, I see this all the time with like our American society, is we're like, oh, we only should feel good. We should only just portray that we feel good, or we should project that we feel good, when you might not feel so great underneath all of that. And that's okay. It's okay to be in your dark emotions, because if you don't feel them, how could you feel joy? Like authentically feel joy. So everywhere where you've decided that you want to put on a mask instead of really just being a fucking human being that goes through the emotions, would you now destroy and create that sense of everything that is and everything it brings up and lets down, right around, get a pat, bottom, back, all night, short stories and beyonds. Just feel your emotions, right? Sounds easier sometimes, but said than done. But I do really love, like, I've been playing with my anger lately. Like if I'm angry, I just like cuss. Or say, I feel fucking angry right now, or I feel frustrated, or I feel tired. And then you notice the moment that you have acceptance, it's like that energy moves up and out, right? Instead of storing it or covering it up with a Band-Aid of anxiety. So I'd love to know how you all feel about that. And yeah. Thank you for that.
Thank you. That was awesome. I love that too. Okay, great.
Yeah, Rebecca says honoring the spectrum
of human emotion.
Yep. I think social media like really kind of makes that difficult for some people. You know, it's like we're constantly portraying like a perfect happy image, but we're all human. We all experience all these things, you know. No one is exempt. No one was born with the exemption. not feeling, you know, or feeling like I don't have to feel. It's funny how we do that.
I like calling it just riding the storm, because so much of what we think and feel is even ours, you know. That's who does it belong to comes in so strongly, because we're so easy to just buy into everything else because we do feel everything. But what if we didn't have to? What if we could just ride above it? And that's what I've been practicing. I'm just realizing that so much of it isn't even mine. And just because I'm a healer, I don't have to heal it, and my body doesn't have to heal it. And I don't have to feel it and sense it. And that's where we were talking about that before. Fiona, do you want to bring that up? Because I think like that's really talking to that.
Oh yeah,
with your body. May your awareness be grateful, bigger. Then I keep forgetting that.
So it's may your so the first part of it is so yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up. Forgot. We wanted to bring this clearing today because this is a clearing that I actually did on the table with the healer yesterday, and it was really powerful for me. So I want to share it with you all. It's that your awareness does not mean absorption. And this is a big source of anxiety for a lot of us healers and empaths and sensitives. It's like you could feel 100,000 different people's shit and stuff, but you don't have to take it on your body. If you take it on your body, it will overwhelm the nervous system, most likely. So everywhere where you feel like your awareness has to be absorption into your body, would you now destroy and create all of that times a godzillion?
Yeah.
Right, around, good or bad, PUD and PUCK, all night shorts, boys and beyonds. You might want to do some tapping and some breathing to release that. But just release all of that absorption, all of that stuff, all of that junk, all of those feelings, all of those thoughts. And everywhere where you feel like in order to be an empath or a healer, you have to absorb instead of just have awareness, would you now destroy and create it times a godzillion? Right, around, good or bad, all night shorts, boys and beyonds. So breathe into that and let that go, because what would happen next? So instead, the choice that we have is awareness. It's like you can have awareness of millions of people. You can have awareness of the people around you. But that awareness could be out here, right? It could be outside of your body.
Yep.
And it could, this doesn't have to be yours. This really changed my whole reality yesterday with getting this healing, as well as like, because I am expanding my awareness every day as a healer and a coach. And so as our awareness gets greater, sometimes that could feel overwhelming or anxiety inducing. So it's like, I'm now aware of so much more.
Yeah.
But our wonderful bodies like don't have to take those things on. That's not fair. Yeah.
And that's why we have my acceptance be bigger than my awareness.
May allowance be bigger than my awareness.
Allowance. Oh, that word is always so weird.
Okay.
Allowance. That helps so much. You can run that. Use that tool. I use it all the time. May your allowance be greater than your awareness. Everything that doesn't allow that, would you destroy and uncreate it all, please?
Yes.
Right, around, good or bad, PUD and PUCK, all night shorts, boys and beyonds. And what I realized these days is that healing happens so quickly right now and so dynamically. And so really, if before we were using like the third dimension to heal stuff, we're like 5, 6, 7 dimensions now. So traumas and stuff can heal this fast. And if you're ready to let it go and you choose to, this could be super quick for you. You don't have to dwell on it anymore. Okay? It happens that quickly. And it's okay to let that go if you choose to, and just acknowledge that you're that amazing that you could let this shit go super fast right now. Okay? It doesn't have to be 1,000 years until you get it. It could be really as quick as a moment. So everything that doesn't allow you to be, know, and receive that, would you please discern, uncreate it all? For right or wrong, good or bad, pot and puck, all 9 short boys and beyond. So deep breath in. Let it all go. Expand out 100 miles in each direction and all around you. 1,000 miles in each direction and all around you. 10,000 miles in each direction and all around you. 1,000,000 miles in each direction and all around you. Up to Creator, down to Mother Earth. You can open your eyes. I want to thank you so much for being vulnerable, for being here with us today, for choosing you, for taking this time to really dive into this stuff and clear it and heal it so you can have the most amazing, easy, fun life that you can have. I'm very honored and grateful for you and for your time here, Fiona, and for you, Fiona.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much, Maura. Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thanks. We have the recording of this, and we're going to make this available to those who signed up. And also, I just want to tell you all about what we're creating. We're creating some really fun stuff. We are creating our new membership program. So it's basically a private membership on our website where you're going to get 2 healings a month, one with Maura, one with me live online. And we're going to have Q&A sessions as well. So you can ask your questions. And it's going to be a community that we're building called the Vortex. So if you're interested in joining the Vortex, we're going to offer it as a really good price for the first amount of people that come. And it's going to be amazing. We're so excited to have this like private community where we build and connect and grow and change every month. And then as you are in the membership, you also will get access to our other stuff. So you get access to some of our previous classes, some of our previous Essence dance classes online. All of this is online, and belly dance classes as well. So we're going to have some like belly dance recordings and healings, and then it will just continue to build. So it will be a pay as you go, like monthly payments. And then you can also purchase a yearly membership to the Vortex that will give you a little bit of a discount. So if you're interested in that, go to our website and sign up for our mailing list, youressence.org, and you can find out more. We're going to be sending out the information for that in the near future, and we look forward to having you in our portal. And then also for any of you that feel like you need more support, the one-on-one deep dive healing, trauma release, sexual healing, you can also reach out to us on our website, youressence.org, and sign up for a free consultation with either one of us. And that's a free chat on the phone where you get to know us and the work that we do, but also we get to know you and the crystal clear vision that you have for your change and your transformation for your body. So feel free to reach out. If you have any questions, let us know. And thank you so much for being here, because you are a contribution to us.
And thank you for being here to help us change this reality, because that is our goal. For women to be whole in their essence, so we can all shift and change this reality together as a whole. So thank you. We love you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon in the Vortex.
In the Vortex. Woo, woo.